today I'll be showing you this header I made for my 400 follower giveaway. If you guys are wondering how I made this, well, I'll be showing you today. Here's the end product, as you guys can see. As you guys probably saw from my yesterday's video if you did watch it. But it requires Cinema 4D and Photoshop, and it also requires this pack and this pack. However, and I think this pack too. This pack too. And I mean, these are all free packs, so go ahead, download them. If you don't know what packs are, you're missing out. That's all I'm gonna say. We need them. But let's get right into it right now. Okay, so your first step I'm gonna do is, you know what, let's hide this, and let's just get a quick look at what we're working at. Okay, so this is kind of what we did, and it's not that much. It looks like a lot, but it really isn't that much. So yeah, and sorry if I sound like a fucking idiot. I have a bad cough. So we start this off with a plain background, and I use the hex code 171717 because it gives this nice offset black color, which I really enjoy. And the next thing I did was, okay, this is why you need this. Okay, I came in here and I seen this background and I fell in love with it, so I just used this background. And that's kind of, you guys might be thinking it's weird as hell because it has nothing to, you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed this background, so I used it, and all I did was drag it here. Let me guys know if you want to see the PSD of this version, because I will put the PSD of this version in the description if you guys want the link to that. How about this? Since I'm a fucking small ass channel, 3 likes will equal to the PSD version. 3 likes, that's not a lot, since I like my own video swag. I don't know why I said that, but yeah. Okay, so we make it big enough, and then I put on overlay and I drag the opacity all the way down. And if we were to hide all the layers, you would see the same thing. But you know, this is where basically it all started. I don't know what I'm gonna call this, like what theme this is. I guess it's kind of like a money, I don't know, it's just very like blingy kind of thing, theme. So next thing I did was went into the thanks for 4K pack, again a great pack, and all I did was go all the way up into money, and this had like a bunch of fucking like literally cash. So I grabbed this one and I dragged it all the way to my header, and as you can see, sorry about that, I have the worst cough right now. And it dragged like the money in, like, you know what I mean? You can see all the bills. So what I did was I put it here again, same thing. I put the opacity on, I put it on overlay, my bad, and then I lowered the opacity down as well. And that's where we kind of got our start from. And that's next thing we did, as you can see, this is how it obviously is. You know, I decided that, like, if you hear, you guys can see we have a lot of smoke here. Like without smoke, this would be nothing. Like let me like unhide the smoke that we have going on here. Like, so smoke is a big part of this. So if you don't have the smoke, it will not look nice at all. So I would 100% recommend you download the pack so you can get all this stuff. I'll probably put the links in the description, but don't quote me on that because I'm really bad at doing that. So if I don't, just search them up. They're free. You can get them online. Just search them on YouTube, and you should be fine. So once you got that, I went and grabbed some smoke. So all I did was go to pack, smoke, and then I just grabbed, you can literally grab any smoke that you think looks nice, but personally I just really like, at first I put really like very little smoke, and you know, this right now we're just preparing the background, we're not doing much with it. Control J to duplicate, and I put it on the other side. Alright, for the next part we will need to be on Cinema 4D, so I will drag this right here, and here as you can see, this is how I got the text. Now if you're wondering how I exactly did that, I downloaded Sesso HQ's Lightroom. Any Lightroom really works, this is just a Lightroom I prefer to use. And what I did was obviously MoGraph, MoText, and there you go, here's our text. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just follow along with these instructions. Sorry if I'm going a little too fast, but yeah. So you grab the text. Let's make this. We'll work on the angle later. Let's put it like straight, because you know you can do whatever you want. So I came in here, and then I clicked on the MoText object, and first thing I'm gonna do is get my font. So the font I used in this was actually Longshot. It's a free font always. You just search up the Longshot font and Longshot font, and it's obviously 100% free. Nothing really that complicated to it. And then I just wrote whatever I wanted to write. So right now we'll just write YouTube, since this is a YouTube tutorial, and I did that, and I uppered my depth to I think I did up to like 100, something like that. Well, you can mess with that later. And then I had all these materials. You can download materials, anything you really want. You can download online. Just search them up. Don't ever pay for this. You don't ever need to pay for it. And I'm just gonna drag the material onto my text. This is not, and if it doesn't look perfectly goldish, do not worry. We will fix that in Photoshop later. But let's get a render preview going, and it's fine. Let's drag this behind the light I have, and it'll look a lot better. So next is going to be making the text look a lot better, and for that what you want to do is click on this thing right here and look for wrap. And once you get wrap, you want to put it under the text and make that part of the text. And right there you can see this how it works. So obviously right now it's looking all weird. So first thing you want to do is actually increase the size of the thing of the wrap to make it fit your whole text, or like that. And just make it a little smaller. Just gotta make it look nice. And then here, if you click on the wrap, you can actually adjust your tension, which is how much it's wrapped and whatnot, all the good stuff. So we're just gonna wrap it just a little bit. And you know, you can actually like adjust everything really. You can adjust the height to make it more the text more packed, which is what I like. I don't like the text too spaced out. Maybe you like that. Whatever really floats your boat on this one. It's whatever really works for you. And then we're just gonna put this on a nice angle. So I'm gonna click on the text and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Just really whatever works. I think that's good. Yeah, okay, that's good. And I'm just gonna upper my depth a little more, just to give it more of a 3D look, because this is all about the 3D, like the text, like, you know. All right, and the next thing I did was actually go to the caps and add fillet caps on both of them. I don't really mess with the sizes of them. I recommend you don't mess with the sizes either. And right there it is. You got your nice text. I don't know if you want to change it. Like I said, the color does not matter at all at this point of stage. You can just look through, and I mean, if I really wanted to change it, I'd probably change it to this. Yeah, I think that's a little better. There we go. Either way, so now we're just gonna save it. So we're just gonna save it as tutorial, tutorial, and we'll save it as tutorial. We'll click right here to render, and it should render it right there. All right, and here's the one I rendered from before. So you can see not that much of a difference. Actually, no difference at all, other than the tension and the angle it's at, but really no difference. So once we render that, that's all you need to do for Cinema 4D. And it wasn't that hard. Just take it one step at a time, and it should be really simple. Let's go back to Photoshop and actually open up that file. So tutorial, and there it is. Alright, and for some reason mine does this. If yours does this, just grab the magic eraser tool and erase the background. And this will only take 1 second. I don't know why mine computer. Alright, there we go. Didn't take long at all. And then just make it into a layer, and we are good to go. And let's drag this all the way to our banner. Oh, no, not that. Oh yeah, right there. Header, right there. Alright, there we are. Here we have it, and as you can see, when you look at mine, you look at this, there's obviously the big difference. There's a huge difference. Let's go look at it really quickly. I don't know why my computer lags all the time, but yeah, if you look at it, there's obviously the biggest difference. Like, it doesn't look this, like, obviously the one I made looks a lot more like gold, and this does not look anything like gold. As you can see right there, it looks a lot more goldish, a lot more contrast, and a lot more everything. Don't worry, we will adjust that, but yeah, before we do that, well, I guess we'll do that first. We'll adjust the text. So all I did with the text adjusted, I went to now this is something that I had no clue about. I literally just learned it yesterday. I went to my pack, and I'm pretty sure it was this pack. Alright guys, so we finally found layer style. Sorry for that cut, but it was in the Thanksgiving free pack. Again, as you can see, free pack, nothing, so we don't pay for anything. I just need to stress that because I hate when people pay for packs, because you don't need to pay for it. So you just copy the layer style, go back to your header, and then just paste the layer style. That's all you're gonna do, paste. And you might not, and as you can see, it does not look anything like gold. And don't worry, we will change that right away. Let's go to bevel and emboss, and first of all lower down the depth a little bit. Yeah, 100% lower down the depth. You want to soften it up. Actually, we can leave the depth. Not that much. You can just play with these settings. I don't want my side. I just want it to look a little bit goldish. I don't want it to look too weird, if you know what I mean. You can take off stuff like the gradient overlay. I don't like that. Drop shadow you're gonna want, and there you go. This looks a lot more like gold than it did before. Next thing I did was go image adjustment, brightness and contrast, and upper the brightness a little bit. Just make it look a lot more nice, and upper the contrast a little bit too. Helps with everything. Alright, there we go. Now you guys are thinking, I got my text, but the background looks nothing like this, okay? Now, this, as much as hard, as complicated this looks, this is literally the most easiest part I will ever say, except for the gold bricks. That might be a little hard. But other than that, that's literally it. We're good to go. Now it's all effects, as you can see. There's nothing really, anything. So, next thing I did was put this pattern, alright? And how I got this pattern is I just googled up Greek pattern on Google Images, and I found this online. So if you Google Greek pattern, you will literally find it, and it's the most easiest thing to find. Okay, there's no way you'll miss it. Just bring the Photoshop, enlarging it, and what I did was I pasted the layer style of the gold onto here, and that's literally it. So what I'm gonna do is Control J to copy this and bring it outside. Out here. Okay, yeah. I think that'll be us. Yeah, we'll just bring it outside for now. So here it is. And I just put it in the center, and right there it looks right good, right about good. And next thing I did was literally grab smoke and just make this look dope, and just put a lot of smoke around it. So all there is right here. Once you smoke, grab a nice smoke effect, and you can just use whatever. I just looked, and then I found a really good one. I don't know if I can still find it, but you can look in any pack. Any pack really has a nice smoke. But it's, again, whatever really floats your boat. It doesn't really matter. Let's bring it over to here, and I guess this will rock this for a bit. We'll rock this. We'll rock two of these, and then we'll use the smoke that we used from before, and put that around too. You might want to put it on top because that's going to be necessary. And just put it around here and make it look nice and all that jazz. Don't lower the opacity a little bit, just up to 64, I guess, but not anything too much. Yeah, that's part of it. All right, next thing is I went to the Oblivion pack, and I went to color corrections, and I found the first color correction looked very nice. So I dragged that color correction over. The second I do that, you will see it to come together. Here it is. And this color correction is probably the nice color correction you'll ever find. It looks very nice, and it just helps everything come together. And I think this looks a lot more. It looks a lot more like it's coming together. Obviously, the text isn't as bright, but obviously that is easily going to be fixed. Next thing we just did was grabbed our gold bricks. So let's go do that. And all I did was search up gold bricks on Google Images, and I came up with this. And I zoomed in and I pen tooled it out, and I grabbed it, and that's it. And I just brought it right into here. So bring it right into here. And another thing that you have to do is after I got this effect, the CC, I went to my curves and I messed around with the curves because it was a little too dark. But it looks great, don't get me wrong, it looks beautiful, but you just gotta mess around with it and until you get the perfect lighting, to be honest. That's what I feel like it is. You need to get the perfect lighting because otherwise it won't, I don't know, like you see the text isn't that bright. So you can play around with this until you get the perfect lighting you want. Obviously this is not what I want, so I'm just gonna undo everything I just did. But yeah, you can just play around with it, and it doesn't take that much. Just play around. It's literally like click around and drag it until you find the perfect. Let's see if we can find it right now. This might be a little harder than I thought because I spent a lot of time on this header, so this might be a little harder. Alright, either way, you guys get the point. You guys play around with it until you get it. Let me just unmodify everything I did. But yeah, you guys can modify with it and mess around with it. Let me just drag this one out of here and hopefully you guys can see what I did with it. I mean, I messed around just a little bit. I literally did not mess around that much at all, so there really wasn't that much of a difference right there. So let's see what I did differently. Onto the curves, and there you go. Here are the settings for the curves that you want. So there's more curves in here, so I probably messed around with a bunch of curves. Just make sure, okay, I didn't mess around with this that much, but make sure your curves are like this and you'll get the perfect the lighting and everything. So I took the gold, and what I did was I didn't literally I Control J, duplicate, put in front, Control J, duplicate, put in front. I did it 3 times and we were good to go. And then let's go back to the text for a bit. And I think we should upper this text when it comes to our layer order, just because it needs to look a lot more standing. We're gonna put it under the gold, but let's just mess around with everything to make everything look very nice. Because if this does not look nice, then there's no point of it. Let's lower the opacity of this, depth a little bit lower. Size, soften. Alright, I like this setting. I don't like this. Actually, I do like that. Then actually I don't like what I just did. You can just undo anything you just did by going to right here and just clicking anything before. Let's go to adjustments and brightness and contrast, and then that's for it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just upper the brightness by a ton. And while you upper that, you should try to upper the contrast a little bit too. It helps bring everything together. And as you see, you get this cool effect where one side is nice little maroonish color and the right side isn't. I don't know, I just really like that. And as you see, now it's actually coming together compared, like, when you look at this, I took the effect off of it, I think. Yeah, I did. But it's coming together. So now you guys can get a feel for how ugly it'll look without the effect. But you guys kind of get like, you guys can get the whole main gist of it. Let me just put the effect back on top because we need this effect. This looks ugly without the effect. And the effect, there you go, there it is. So as you see, it's starting to come together. And yeah, so the next thing I did was grab splatters, as you see in the background. Again, the use of packs. So what I did was go to my packs, go to brushes, splatter, and I grabbed that and I brought it to right here. All right, and I put it on top, and you guys will see why. Being on top is great. Okay, never mind. That was a line that shouldn't have been said, but okay. But yeah, putting it on top is probably the best thing you can do. And what I did was I took a color swatch or swap, whatever you guys want to call it, of the gold, and you want to get as close to that color as possible. And I'm thinking more of a yellow, so you want a yellow. That yellow is great. Now I erased it, and then what I started to do is, yeah, I erased it. So what I did is I took the eraser, put it on this brush. If you have this, hold control or tap control and you'll get this. I made the size a little bit bigger, and I erased some off the text. I was tapping, and then I left some. I left it in the background, and I just covered off the gold bricks. Other than that, I left it. It looks very nice. And the next thing I did was go to my packs again. Again, packs are probably the biggest, like the best thing that's ever happened. And I went to 3D stuff in the pack, and I grabbed this. And I also bought this over. Actually, no, not that. This. Bought this over to the header, right here. And again, and right now it has that purple kind of color to it. And how to basically change that is you go up to image adjustments, color balance, and just change to any color. Just make it look vibrant in any color. So let's make a vibrant any. We see the color. There we go. That looks vibrant as hell. Red, and then go back to image adjustments, hue and saturation. And move this all the way until you find a yellow or the color that you want in the background. I would prefer something that matches it, but you can go with whatever. Again, this is like more of a whatever floats your boat type of thing. If you like it, you do it. If you don't like it, then you don't do it. And I like the way this looks. I just want to go adjust this brightness and contrast, up to the contrast a little bit, and lower the brightness, and there we go. And now next thing you want to do is lower the opacity a little bit and get and erase some of this off. You don't need all of this here. And there it basically is, guys. You can add social media links, you can do whatever this, you can do whatever the hell you really want with this. This is just basically the main gist of it. And again, I think I did a good job of correlating what reflecting what I did yesterday in my giveaway. So yeah, I think I did great. Just let me know what you guys think or thought in the comments down below, and leave a like and subscribe. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Mini Boy, Line Graphics here, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.